What up? What up? What up, you guys? It's Blackwing 2040. Welcome back to another Dekaranger review video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the movie Dekaranger 10 Years After. And just like the namesake, it takes place 10 years after from the show's finale. But let me give you a little history on these 10th anniversary films. So Sentai started doing these films way back since Hurricaneger had their 10th anniversary movie, which was back in literally 10 years ago in 2013. And these projects are very random. They mainly happen if the main cast comes together and tells Toei and tells them, like, hey, we want to do an anniversary project. And so Toei films it, they edit it, put it all together, and they release it to the public. And that's how we get these 10th anniversary films. Hurricaneger was the first to do it. Dekaranger got theirs in 2015. Goanger got one. Gokaiger had one 2 years ago. And now we're up. Most of these shows are 20 years now. Hurricaneger had a 20 years after film last year. Abaranger had one this year. And now Dekaranger is getting one next year. So I'm going to be looking forward to checking out that 20 years after movie when it releases. But for right now, let's focus on this 10-year anniversary film. And I got to say, just right off the bat, the cast looks amazing. They all look so good. I mean, 10 years after their show, concluded, everyone looks amazing. And on top of that, with, using updated visuals and different CGI methods, of course, some things that we wasn't able to get way back in 2004, we were able to get this here in this movie. And just with the visuals, the quality, and the suits look amazing in HD quality. They look so clean, like so fresh and clean. Amazing. So I want to talk about basically the character status of where everybody is at. So Bond, most importantly, he is not he's not the hothead, gung ho person anymore. He is really matured. He's a lot calmer. He's cool. And he's now the captain of Fire Squad. He's doing really, really well for himself, and he looks great. He looks great while doing it. And also with the main plot of this movie, it basically revolves around a witness seeing a crime that Doggy quote unquote committed, but he was framed, and Doggy got put into a coma 2 years prior. I know there's a lot of time jumping back and forth, but it gets better later on. So I love how Bond is the one that basically comes back to Earth because Fire Squad's jurisdiction is in space. They don't really have like jurisdiction on Earth. So when Bond comes back to Earth, he's mainly the one that kind of brings the whole team together. And I love that. And if you want to know what these characters have been up to since then, like I said, Bond has joined Fire Squad. Senchan and Umiko are still on Earth working up in SPD, and they're dating, which is very interesting. This kind of was hinted in the last couple of episodes in the main show. Jasmine quit SPD. She recently got married to a kid that not used to, he is an Esper just like her. So back in the main show, Jasmine encountered this young kid who was also an Esper. His name is Hikaru. He joined SPD, and as he got older, him and Jasmine reconnected, and they got married. They settled down, and they have a kid together. And the baby also has Esper-like powers. So that's also really amazing. Hoji is also still working for SPD. He is still the perfectionist. He still tries to solve the case the best to his ability. And he also keeps in touch with Bond from time to time, especially with this crime that's happening in this movie. Now, we also have two new recruits, Neo Deca Red and Neo Deca Yellow. And I'm going to talk about these two in a bit. But Tetsu, on the other hand, Tetsu got promoted to acting chief of the Earth branch because Doggy was out of commission for a bit. And they also have a new chief of the Earth branch. And this chief is basically I feel like he's an alienizer in disguise, but he's not technically an alienizer. He's just literally just a dirty cop, basically. So again, I love how Bond is the one that reconnected the team all together. And they have a new base called the Neo Deca base, and it's basically the head of Deca base Robo. And all their equipment and technology and command center is now underground, just to basically, for tighter security, because you don't want the same thing that happened at the end of Deca Ranger, where you have the bad guys hack into the base and take control of it, hostile takeover. So that is completely different. And I just gotta say, it's just wow. This movie is just incredibly wow. And so regarding Neo Deca Red and Neo Deca Yellow, these two are working for the new villain, or the main villain of this movie, whose first name is Kite Redlick. I can't pronounce the last name of the monster of this movie, but it's very hard to pronounce. But with Neo Deca Red and Yellow, of course, you would think they start out as good guys, but nope, they're actually working for the bad guys. And fun fact, the actor who plays Neo Deca Red, he plays Asamu from Kamen Rider Hibiki. So if you guys see his face and think like, wait a minute, he looks familiar. Yep, that is Asamu from Kamen Rider Hibiki. It caught me by surprise too, because I didn't watch Hibiki until like earlier this year. But yeah, whenever I get to Kamen Rider Hibiki and review it, you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on it. But otherwise, the team gets amazing camaraderie. They make a lot of references to the show itself. Umiko, when she's with the witness, she talks about the team's capabilities and their characteristics from when they were back in their prime days during the show. And I love the flashbacks. You get an epic team morph with updated visuals with the henshin sequence. Doggy gets a little bit of action, even though he's out of commission for majority of the movie, but it's good. He still uses the sword, the D Sword Vega, as a shotgun, and that was amazing. I always love it when he does that. And Bond has a new suit since he's on Fire Squad. He has a new license called the Fire Squad license, and his suit, still the Decker Red suit, but since he's on Fire Squad, he basically has a red bulletproof vest, the same bulletproof vest that looks like when he was in SWAT mode. So, again, the movie is fantastic. I love this movie. The cast really loves what they do, and it definitely shows, especially when we get this 20th anniversary Dekaranger movie next year. It's amazing. And these guys always keep coming back. They always love to come back. And I like that. I really do. And I definitely gotta say, this movie is definitely raw. It's so raw. I love it. It's definitely up there. It's probably like my second favorite Super Sentai anniversary film project. But anyway, guys, that is my review on Dekaranger 10 years after. I know I was basically all over the place, but it's basically like a 47-minute movie. It's a commemorative occasion for 10 years of Dekaranger, and it's a great project. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey through Dekaranger. I had a great time reviewing the show, the movies, and this anniversary project. And next year, I am looking forward to giving you guys a lot more Super Sentai content with reactions and everything. So I thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. And I also thank you for helping the channel reach 750 subs. That means we're just one quarter away from 1,000 subs. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to giving you so much good content in 2024. I'm looking forward to it. So as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to be notified. And follow me on all the things: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok. And as always, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden, and Happy New Year.